New notification for B. Morgan. Now broadcasting.
I'm keeping a close watch on your belongings.
Sit.
Don't you worry.
Sit. Good girl. Good girl.
You haven't had gold.
Slap my ass.
Do it the way that I do it when I do it, the way that I have time to do it. I was just wondering about that. I'm not gonna do it. And I feel
None of that shit.
getting that money and all that stuff. And then, but I need more of it.
Oh no. Let me find out I can shoot bro from a distance. Bitch ass nigga. Fuck you jumping, cuz. Fuck you jumping, cuz. Oh damn. Sit down, fat boy. Oh, that nigga. Do I got pine resin? Oh, yeah, hey. Damn. Oh, B, get your ass up, nigga. All that fighting just to get that? Oh, yeah. It's that one shield. Yeah, this the one we need right here. I forgot all about this little sword. This little combo here. doing, T?
Hell, man.
What's going on?
Well, nothing.
Nah, I don't. I just woke up, honestly. Cause I worked on a different floor, so I guess they moving my floor around, which ain't no big deal. And then I work on the bottom floor now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so my wife gonna be my boss.
Oh, Lord. Hell, I be definitely moving.
Oh no, I get lunch out the deal. And when it's just me, nobody else buys me lunch. Yeah, but they I was like, well, okay. They was happy to see me when I came back.
I know they were.
Say, but they so used to people not doing right. Say, well,
See, that's what happens. They need the people that really do their job.
all places is like that.
Appreciate them when they do come back.
Ah, man, that's because, man, a lot of these places, people been getting away with half-stepping.
Yep.
Legally getting away with it. That's why I don't feel bad for a lot of them. They let them get away with it, and now you got to go back and ask everybody to behave.
Yep.
and a lot of people don't want to behave.
Well, they never did.
You know what I mean?
But they chose to ignore that.
Oh yeah, I agree. That's what I told Nevada. I said, nah, I ain't studying them. I said the same people that's happy to see you today, them people
They'll be dogging you out tomorrow.
Man, look. Exactly.
Yeah. Well, as long as you didn't have to work too hard on your first day back.
Well, I do my job, so it's all the same. But they, like I said, them folks been getting away with murder longer than I've been around, and that's their problem. They trying to recover all those places. They let a lot of people get away with stuff, and now they're hoping they can sweet talk them into behaving.
Yeah, right.
Shoot.
Sweet talk ain't never worked for nobody.
Exactly. But that's on them. That's the way I look at it, at least.
Yeah. Sweet talking ain't never worked on nobody. You do your job or you don't have a damn job. Bottom line.
Yep. But unfortunately, like I said, a lot of people, they've been getting away with it. And so they just been muscling them, the company. I ain't in the business of policing them. They don't pay me for that either. But I'm like, all right. So I was
You
like,
work tomorrow?
oh yeah, I'm Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Oh, okay. Oh, today is Friday, isn't it?
Yep.
Don't pay me no attention. I get my days mixed up.
Oh yeah.
I didn't have to go nowhere today.
And then, like I said, Amy volleyball starting to pick up, so that's gonna make everything. That's gonna change everything in itself.
Right.
I'm like, okay, Amy gonna make me know. By the time volleyball over, I'll know anyway, because I gotta fill out the application for nursing school, but I had to wait on them people to approve it. So like, my goal is to be in there by January.
Right.
And like I told Nevada, ain't nothing gonna interfere with that. So just in case, if they not going, like I said, they not gonna let me go. They don't really have nobody, and judging by the way the doctor was happy to see me. Oh, you're back, way to go. I'm like, oh yeah, y'all been in here going through it for 2 weeks. But I think they had a lot of people quit though. You know what I mean? And that's why I'm saying.
They probably did.
So they had, from what Nevada told me, she said they had a bunch of nurses and a bunch of aides quit.
I got my third.
Right on. Looks nice. On both ears?
No, this one got to close up because he accidentally pushed it too much.
Let me see.
It was like, the earrings was like right next to me.
Turn around. Let me see the other one. Okay. Well, my kids are down there playing piercing. Auntie, you want some earrings?
What kind of earrings?
This is the second time he done this.
Oh.
Every single time I got my ears.
Did she fix your other one, Buck?
It didn't need to get this pierced.
What's wrong with Buck's ears?
No, I was just making sure his she piercing everybody in here.
Oh.
She got her piercing gun, so.
I I got my third.
Oh my God, Amy down there in her Pearson synagogue.
It's because Aiden's chicken that I said I would get my third Pearson.
Why do
Who
Aiden
is that running off
always?
mouth? Amy or Ava?
No, he's not chicken. Why do he doesn't have to feel pressure? He don't want it.
No, he's
Yeah.
just banging it through it.
They calling him chicken and Angel going around making chicken noise.
Oh Lord, she done stopped being a cat.
I think she gonna keep being she being the chicken now. Tell Stoney to come here. Tell Stoney to come here. Hey, bruh. Stop wasting your sister's time, bruh. If you want it, go get it. Quit being scared. Go down there
What
and
are you doing?
Go. 'Cause you ain't gonna keep asking. Go get it done. No, he wanted
Who's
it.
that?
Aiden.
Oh, Aiden.
Yeah.
He got the one done. He might as well get the other one done.
That's what I'm saying. Like, man, go get that other one done and quit wasting your
He do
sister.
that all the time.
Nah, you gotta start holding. That's why I be on holding them accountable. Nah, you don't get to do that to people. Cause that. No matter what, Amy really that's something she's into. I don't play with her emotions like that. Tough enough. That boy talk all that cash.
He got a thing about needles. He a trip.
I don't know, cause like he was adamant about he wanted to get it, but then I'm like Stone. It's just like when he was talking about he was scared of what you call it heights, and we was like, how you gonna catch a plane? And then he was like, I don't know. I'm like, Stoney, you gotta start. Don't just be talking to be talking.
Oh, you have adults scared to fly. Aretha Franklin was definitely afraid of flying. And I mean, she to the point where she was taking, it was like some class she was taking to help her overcome her fear. And she was supposed to record with this one artist. As a matter of fact, it was George Michael. They were supposed to do a recording. Well, she had just come back from one of those therapy sessions. And what had happened was, I guess she's like in a simulator. And all they did was went down the runway. They hadn't got to the liftoff point. But when she got there, for them to rehearse or whatever, and she was still scared from that experience. She wouldn't even look at the guy when they supposed to be singing together, so they had to adjust the video so it looked like she was looking at him. She was looking at the people that came with her, but she wouldn't look at the guy she was supposed to be singing with. Because she had just came from one of those lessons because she had a deathly fear of flying.
Wow.
And so, like, say she would go to the simulator, and, like, bit by bit, they were trying to get her comfortable for flying. But that day, they had her, it was like, I guess it was like a simulator. And they was just going down the runway. They hadn't got to the liftoff part. But because of her fear of flying, if she couldn't catch a boat or a train or drive or whatever, I think that's why she didn't do any recordings like in Europe or anything like that. She didn't have any concerts because they couldn't get her on a plane. Marvin Gaye was the same way, but not fly.
Yeah, Rock was the same way. And then you see he went out of town with Gigi.
Yeah.
I was like, man, if you don't, bro, y'all.
Well, you have to remember, when he flew the first time, he was about 2 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Now, McKinney's son, Jesse, they flew to New York when Jesse was about 8. And it gave him an earache. Never got on another plane. And he over 50 now. You don't get him to fly. Because it hurt his ears. Yeah. But, like I say, when it comes to flying, people either like to do it or they scared of it. And if they can't travel on land, they ain't going to do it.
Amy?
And so with Amy, if she's trying to pierce Aiden's other ear, wait till his ass go to sleep. Because when he go to sleep, he be out of it.
Mm-hmm.
He wake up in the morning and find a new pierced ear.
Mm-hmm. But that's what I'm saying. Like, man, you know, all he doing is he gonna beg her. He begs her to do it, and I'm like,
Yeah.
just get it done
But
and
then
over with.
he thinks about that needle. It's kind of like Bam when they used to have to draw blood. They used to have to wrap him in a sheet like a mummy. And it took like 4 of us to hold him down for them to just draw blood. But everybody has their things they're scared of.
Mm-hmm.
And like I say, as far as flying, I look at it, when it's your time to go, it ain't gonna make no difference if you in the air or on the ground. You going.
Yep. That's
And more than likely, if there's a plane crash here, you're gonna be dead before it crashes anyway.
Yeah. But
the first thing gonna happen, you don't have no oxygen.
Because we was gonna do the helicopter thing.
Now, helicopter, you couldn't pay me to get in a helicopter.
But they was like I'm sitting over there. It would have been a great experience. We did all together. No big deal.
No, a helicopter I won't do. I don't know why. That doesn't, it's just like I'm not particular about going on a cruise.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't want to have to go to sleep at night on that boat. And you get out in the middle of the ocean and it's pitch black. You ain't gonna see shit. Nah. Like I say, I'll go on a boat during the day, but shit at night, you better give me a bed on land. I ain't sleeping on no boat.
They was talking about how tight the sleeping quarters is.
Yeah.
But I told him, I said, we gotta, at some point we gotta start looking at.
And so if I were to do a cruise, it wouldn't be no more than like 3 or 4 days. That would be enough.
Yeah, I'm with you on there. Cause when we
Because I would think after a while you'd be bored anyway.
Well, I think.
And so you go 3 or 4 days, have a couple few protocols, and then you bring your ass back home.
Mm-hmm.
And I would rather do it that way so I can spend more time in one place than trying to get to 15 different places. And you rushing.
Yeah. I think everything. Like, I think you're right, Auntie. But as I tell them, it was like by the 8th day of being gone, I was ready to go back home.
See, that's the thing. Yeah.
Because after a while, it's like, all right.
Because, like I say, it's exciting traveling. And you find, you go there, and depending on where you are and what you're doing, like I say, after a while, you're ready to get home and get in your own bed.
Yep. That's why I was sitting there, like, it like I said, while we was out of there, but aside from going to the ocean and going to the mall, there really wasn't too much I wanted to do the helicopter thing, but I was like, if he don't want to do it, I'm not going to take us all up there and leave him on the ground. We just had to chalk it up.
Like I say, I wouldn't do the helicopter thing. That, like I say, if I'm going to be in the air, I'd rather be in a plane. The helicopter, nah, that's never appealed to me. No more than skydiving. That's not something I want to do either.
Mm-hmm. But that's why I was sitting there like we was trying to find things that we could do as a family. And the helicopter ride, I'm like, we could have did that. But I was like, at the same token, I wasn't going to leave Stoney by itself.
Well, like I say, that's something he would have to work up to gradually. Because actually, he would probably do pretty well flying. Because the fact of the matter is, once you take off and they get up to their, whatever level they're going to be at, then the flying is really boring when you think about it.
Yep.
And so with him, I wouldn't fly I would do a trip no more than an hour. Okay, like say for instance, if you would fly from like here to Atlanta or something like that, as a, you know, because like I say, and he might even like to take, see, I only like to take off. I love to take off. I don't know why. When you hear them engines rev up and you start down that runway and start picking up speed and then it lifts, that's the part I like. The rest of it, like I say, is boring. To me, anyway. And a lot of people like that. They like that takeoff. Now, Jessica, I don't know if she still does, but when she was younger, she used to like it when they had the turbulence.
Oh, wow. I've been on
Yeah. She liked it when they ran into turbulence. I've never run into turbulence flying.
I have.
I don't think I would like that.
Well, so when we flew into Virginia, like it was raining, so like it just felt like a roller coaster.
Yeah, that's what Jessica liked, because she said it was like a roller coaster. Like I said, I've never been in turbulence, so I don't know what that would feel like, because all the flights I've taken have been really smooth. You're like, no problem whatsoever. Mm-hmm. The only time I got a little nervous was when we went to Vegas, and I think we went in like March, and people flying into Vegas, we're talking about Cincinnati had like 8 inches of snow. And I'm thinking, oh shit, I hope the runways are clear and we don't go sliding on the damn runway when it's time to land. But like I say, the runways were dry, basically. And so it was no big deal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so like I say, everybody has something, you know.
Yep. It's all about what it is.
Mm-hmm. And see, the thing about it, on a plane, if you're not sitting there at a window, you don't realize the height anyway. Right. You feel the plane, you're like going up, but you don't really know the height.
Yep.
And so that's a big difference as opposed to climbing up a mountain and you looking down and see how high you done climbed up. And a plane, you don't know how high you are unless, you by a window. And even at that, it's not the same. I don't think it's the same feeling. Because number one, you're not going to fall out that plane like you might fall out a jungle gym or the top of a ladder or something like that. It's a totally different height. So, yeah, he could probably fly. Like I say, I just wouldn't put him by the window. I'd stick him in the middle.
Yeah, that's like my sister.
And then once you get in the air, then if you want to switch, then right.
Yeah, because now Amanda took my nieces. They took their grandfather back to his hometown, and whatever part of Carolina he came from, and so that's where they were flying out to. So all my sisters and their kids, they went out. But I was telling them, I'm like, no matter where you go, you gonna deal with something.
Exactly.
You're gonna deal with something.
Because actually, I feel safer flying than I do driving.
Right.
Because one thing about it, you got those air traffic controllers keeping an eye on where those planes are. You ain't got that kind of control when you on the ground.
Nope. You just be at the mercy.
Like I say, you know that, okay, after all the driving you've done, you have no control over what other people do.
Yep. And I think that's the thing that aggravates you more than anything. Like, I can't control what this knuckle is.
You can only control your own actions.
Yep.
And even with that, you can get distracted yourself,
Yep. That's why I was sitting there like, he go through moments of where he be making noise, as I say.
Well, you know what? When they went to camp, he climbed up on something. I can't remember what it was. And he kind of panicked when he got to the top of it. And so that's why he thinks he has a fear of heights.
Yeah. I'm telling him, I'm like, you got to try it at some point because I'm not gonna always be here for you. And I was just
Well,
telling him,
you have some people, like I say, it's a legitimate fear, you know? You have a lot of people that are severely afraid of heights. You have some people that are afraid to go out their front door. But I don't think he has a real fear. I think that, like I say, when he went to camp, he wasn't paying no attention, and he was basically trying to do what the other kids do, and didn't realize how high up he climbed, because he's probably trying to show off that he could climb higher.
right.
And see, okay, like with us, okay, you go swinging and try to get up as high, and then we used to go to Coney Island, you know, and get on the roller coasters and that kind of stuff. Well, you don't have easy access like that now, because even if you try to go to Kings Island, you're going to stand in line an hour.
Yep.
I remember we went to Kings Island one time, and Mike went. We took Michelle with us. And he had always promised Michelle he was going to take her on, I think it was called The Beast. Only, when it came time, Mike was not getting on that roller coaster. So I think I ended up riding with Michelle. Me and Bam's father got on this thing called the Viking. And it was just like this big boat that would swing back and forth, right? And it would go higher and higher and higher. Bam's old man screamed like a bitch. It was funny as hell. I don't know what he expected, but I mean, he was screaming like a girl. The higher up it went, the louder he hollered. And I'm sitting there laughing at him, and you know me, because that was the last thing I expected.
Right.
Because, you know, we get on the big roller coaster and all that kind of stuff. No big deal. But that boat swinging back and forth. I guess it scared the shit out of him. Because, like I say, that boy hollered. And he was a grown-ass man. It was funny. And then there was this other thing we got on. And you get there, you standing in there. And you just standing, like up against this wall. And it starts spinning. It's faster and faster and faster. And then it goes so fast, you stuck to it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The electric rainbow. That's that
I
right.
can't remember what it was called.
That's that electric rainbow. Oh, it make you sick.
Change the names of a lot of things. Next thing you know, like I say, you stuck to this wall. And it's spinning faster and faster. It was, like I say, he didn't care for that one too much either.
Nah, that one gonna make your stomach hurt.
Yeah, it make you get off of there, you staggering, because you dizzy.
Mm-hmm.
Spinning around in circles, and like I say, and the force of it, the centrifugal force, makes you stick to it.
Yep.
Like I say, would I ride that shit now? No. But as kids, we didn't think anything about it. It was a treat. You know, it wasn't something we did all the time. So, it was fun back then.
Yep.
But the last times I went to Kings Island, we were grown. And like I say, yeah, Junior screamed like a bitch. I always think about that. That's the funniest damn thing to me. I know he was embarrassed, but I didn't care. See, that's why you don't run around trying to play big macho in front of women.